Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Huddle.
We talk about football here.
Just every once in a while,
Yeah.
very inconsistent, but yes, of course, we talk about football. This is the Huddle, episode 17. We're moving along, and huge week for the NFL this past week. Preseason week 1.
All right.
Season is right around the corner. I don't know. With preseason, it's like, yay, football's here. But gosh, do I hate preseason. Some of the worst football I've seen in my life.
But there was also some great plays. Let's
There's some
be
good
honest.
plays.
There's some great plays, but again, it's
But then you
preseason,
realize,
so-
like, it's third string defense.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
really that
So
big
it
of a
doesn't
deal
really
anymore.
matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over today's playbook. First, we're going to be ranking the rookie quarterbacks. How do they do in their first games with their new teams? Second session, we're going to talk about players that impressed. Obviously, non-quarterbacks did impress in the preseason. Some veterans, some young guys, some guys coming back for injuries. So I'm looking forward to that session. Our third session, we're going to talk about teams that already need to worry just 1 week into the preseason. And of course, we're going to wrap it up with our steel curtain session. We're going to do something called ball out or bench. We'll explain that later in the episode. But Elijah, why don't you give us some NFL news of the week?
Jonathan Taylor, who, we kind of thought may hold out this year. He's expected to return to the Colts facility this week. That's good news for the Colts.
Right.
And-
of course, he was out with an injury.
Yes.
He was, I think, a couple states away trying to get rehab. But yes, the Colts do expect him to return this week.
And then Sean Payton, the coach for the Broncos, he gave out some weird preseason rules. Like you can't wear sunglasses or bucket hats, or you got to keep your uniform on. It really weird. But the Jets wanted to do the complete opposite, and it was pretty funny. But I don't know.
Well, of course, because there's already beef between those two teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know what the heck is up with Sean Payton. And
I don't know. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He is strict, but some of his stuff is just wild. Like, come on.
But maybe that'll be for the better for Russell Wilson. Maybe he'll actually be good this upcoming season.
All right, and some more news. It's actually pretty big news. We just got a few more signings for this offseason. First off is Ezekiel Elliott to the Patriots. And then, a crazy one, the Jets got Dalvin Cook in their backfield with Breece Hall. And now Aaron Rodgers has a stacked team, and he better win the Super Bowl now. And then finally, Jadeveon Clowney will be signing with the Ravens. And, alright, that's just about it for our news of the week.
All right. Well, let's move on. Session 1, rating the rookie quarterbacks. We know they didn't even play a full game. Half of them didn't even play a full quarter. But we're going to rank them anyways. I did about 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Elijah did a list of all, 18 quarterbacks that were drafted in drafts.
Yes.
Didn't necessarily see that coming, but here we go. Here's my list. Starting out with number 1. He was the number 1 overall pick.
Drew Lock.
Not Travis. That was Bryce Young. Wow. Bryce Young. He's proving all the doubters wrong. And I know people are saying, yeah, whatever. It's a preseason game. And that's me too. I'm saying whatever. It's a preseason game. But he is showing, obviously, in the time he was in the field, that he was the right person for the number 1 overall pick. Yes, he's very short. I was texting Elijah back and forth the other day, and Elijah was like, usually, quarterbacks have to kneel down in a huddle and everything. He was like, Bryce Young just stands in the middle of the huddle, and all the offensive linemen have to lean over to him, which is true. But no, I think Bryce Young has definitely the highest potential, the highest, roof, you could say, to succeed with the Panthers, and I think that was quite evident in the short amount of playing time he did have this past week. The number 2 spot, I have the man who I thought was the best quarterback going into this draft, Anthony Richardson, quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. I think his ability to evade the pocket when there was pressure, I thought was amazing. I thought he really knew what he was doing out there. He was smart, and I think the main thing for him is he was very poised. He kept his feet settled. He took a couple runs, took a couple big hits, but he really showed that he can be a monster of a quarterback for this league. In the number 3 spot, I have C.J. Stroud. Stroud, The only thing you are proving to us right now is that IQ tests do matter in the football. Oh my gosh. I understand it was like his third throw, but it was right to the Patriots. Like right there.
Yep.
It was honestly one of the worst throws I've seen in my life.
Hmm.
I mean, that's not true though. But
Well, yeah.
it was a bad throw. I'll just put that out there. So you have to be smart with the football, obviously. I know it was his first, go at an NFL game. You have to be smart with the football. And I think the main thing for him this year is that it doesn't matter about the stats, doesn't matter about how many yards you have, how many touchdowns. You have to become the leader of this team. You have
Yep.
to run the offense. You have to show this team, basically what leader or it doesn't matter if you have the captain band on. Just be the leader this team needs because the Texans are
They need a leader.
they are burnt right. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's not great. And then finally, I mean, I'll throw my 4 spot and then an honorable mention at 5. Will Levis, he's number 4. Didn't play that much. And his time was spoiled by very poor offensive line play. But I thought he played how a second round quarterback 2 or quarterback 3 should play or start to his career. Obviously, I think Tannehill will start this year. I think Tannehill will start the majority of the year. Malik Willis did not look great. And I don't think Will Levis looked great either. I think there was a reason he did fall to the second round, and I think that was quite
He didn't have enough mayo that
his coffee. Yeah.
this game.
My gosh. No, he didn't have all of those cheerleaders surrounding him, like on draft night, just to watch him miss the first rounds. No, but that's my list. Last spot, of course, throwing an honorable mention. Stenson Bennett. I think that he I think he could be the next guy to fill in Matthew Stafford's shoes. I
Yeah.
think he's young. I was surprised how many people were saying, "Oh, he's not going to do good in the pros." I mean, dude won 2 national championships.
Yeah.
Like that's something big. So I think he's definitely overlooked. He's underrated, but I'm looking forward to see what he can do. Elijah, give us your 45 quarterback list.
So I did a lot of research. Well, actually, not that much, but I did a lot of research on like who the rookie quarterbacks were, whether they were drafted or not. So my number 1 guy is for the Cleveland Browns. He actually, I guess he kind of has an advantage for this ranking because he played 2 games already. But Dorian Thompson-Robinson, this dude really surprised me because obviously I've never heard this dude before. But when I was watching the Hall of Fame game, he looked fast, he looked smart, he looked accurate. And he really impressed. I mean, he could be. I think maybe in the future he could be a starter. Maybe over Deshaun Watson. I mean, obviously it's the preseason right now, and it doesn't mean diddly squat. So, hopefully someday he can take over for Deshaun Watson or maybe any team. But I thought he looked really good, and he'll get my number 1 spot.
That's
number 2,
kind of crazy, but I respect it. He did look good.
Number 2, a little biased, but Sean Clifford for the Packers. He looked great. 200 plus yards, 2 picks, but I wouldn't really say they were his fault. One of them, yeah, I guess one of them was, but the other one really wasn't. And then he looked confident, and I hope he will also start over Jordan Love because I don't like Jordan Love. And then number 3. Number 3, Stetson Bennett. I thought he looked really poised, and he was making nice throws. Really in tight throws too. A good touchdown pass, and maybe a successor to Matt Stafford. We'll see. Number 4, Aiden O'Connell. I know. I didn't know who this was, but I looked at his stats, and he played most of the game for the Raiders, and he was accurate. And he threw a touchdown. Number 5, Bryce Young. He didn't get much time, obviously, as you mentioned before, but he looked pretty good, and hopefully his O-line can actually block for him. Because here's the thing. If you think about it, I'm going to bring a scenario. Joe Burrow, he's obviously one of the best quarterbacks right now, but his first year,
in the league.
This first year, his O-line was terrible, and that ended up in injury. But if Bryce Young,
second year they added some guys in the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So if Bryce Young is going to be a good quarterback, you need to get him an O-line, and we saw what happened to Joe Burrow when he got an O-line. Super Bowl. So hopefully they can fix that. Nathan Rourke, number 6.
Who?
No, listen. The only reason why he's on my list is because of that cool play he had. He got out of like 6
Escaped,
sacks.
like
Yeah.
4 sacks. Yeah.
Somehow
No,
threw
it was a good
touchdown.
play. Yeah, it was
A good play, but yeah, that's the only reason why I have him at 6. Number 7, Malik Cunningham. He didn't throw much, but he had a nice rushing touchdown. He played wide receiver for the Patriots in training camp, and then they threw him in at quarterback for this game. He looked pretty nice. Maybe a future, just a threat. Maybe like a Taysom Hill kind of guy for the Patriots.
I was going to say he's just an opposite Edelman. Edelman was a quarterback his entire life till we showed up at the Patriots game.
Yeah.
Belichick made him into, honestly, one of the better receivers of our generation.
Yeah, true. And then number 8, Anthony Richardson. He looked nice. Nice throws. He had a pick right to the defender, but I think overall he's really powerful and he's got a good arm, and I think he actually had a pretty good game. Number 9, Hilton Allers for the Seahawks. 4 for 4 and a touchdown. He's a little bit of a risky thrower, which is what happened on his touchdown. Somehow he got a touchdown on it. He just kind of chucked it up, and the receiver, it was really the receiver who did most of the play. He was watching the ball and got a good catch, got a good run to the end zone. Number 10, Clayton Tune from the Cardinals. Confident thrower. 1 pick wasn't really his fault, but maybe he'll have a chance to be a backup to the Cardinals, or maybe even the starter when Kyler Murray's out. But yeah, we'll see how he does in the rest of the preseason. Number 11, Tommy DeVito. He made some great throws in the middle of the field for the Giants. He shined for this team in the preseason, and his O-line also kind of sucked for this one.
He sounds like he should be the new guy for the Jersey Mike's commercials.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not a quarterback.
Number 12, Jake Hayner, the model. Not too bad. Threw a pick, though. Number 13, Tanner McKee. Missed a couple of throws. Ended up with about 150 passing yards. Not too bad.
Awful.
Yeah, and then 14, Max Duggan. He didn't play much, so that's why he's this low. 15, Will Levis. I thought he looked like he was underthrowing a lot and throwing behind the receiver a lot. 1 pick wasn't his fault. His receiver really just dropped the ball.
I just want to put this out there real quick. Me and Elijah would survive maybe 5 minutes in a professional football game. Maybe less.
Yeah.
Like, we have no football background. I play soccer, and you
don't play anything.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
used
used
to
be an all-star goalie.
I used to play flag football. Does that count?
Sure, yeah. Obviously, these guys are talented, but yes, I would just say Will Levis looked pretty awful.
Yeah, he didn't look too great, but oh well. I have him at 15, which is third to last. 16 is CJ Stroud. I didn't think he played well at all. Threw a pick. Yeah, I think you need to start studying for tests more. And maybe the draft neck, Davis Mills will be starting for the Texans this year. I think that's what should happen.
Maybe.
And then number 17, Tanner Morgan for the Steelers. He was terrible.
Okay, yeah.
He was fumbly and threw a pick, and he's not good. Probably won't make the team for the Steelers this year. So that's my ranking.
That was a rookie last year that we cut, Chris Ludekin. He played okay for the Chiefs last night.
I wish they would have given him a chance for the Steelers, but I mean, we were really working Kenny Pickett that year, so he didn't really get a chance. But that's okay. We have Mason Rudolph, so yes.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah, so you just got to hear Elijah rant off half the names you don't even know exist, because they are all like 4th-string quarterbacks and will probably get cut. Anyways, section 2, who impressed in preseason week 1? I'm starting it off with not even a player. Well, he is a player, but he's a player.
If I could just say one thing real quick, just keep in mind this is preseason week 1, so obviously none of these guys are like going to be stars yet, but it's just what we thought for week 1. Obviously,
we just got to keep content out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, as I said, he is a player, but did not play at all. It is Coach Aaron Rodgers. Could he be a future NFL coach? Dude, Zach Wilson looked good when he had Aaron Rodgers coaching him, telling him
Yeah.
what to do.
I wish he would have just done that with Jordan Love, but whatever.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers liked Jordan Love that much.
I don't
He just wished he
either.
was a
So.
receiver.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe Aaron Rodgers, once he's done, if he settles down a little bit and doesn't create so much drama in the league, maybe he would be a half decent NFL coach. Number 2, Calvin Austin the
Heck
third.
yeah.
Receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Speed, athleticism is a must need for this Steelers offense. He's showing it. He's showing that he has all of it.
Yep.
He's got it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's insane.
Yep.
He actually had like yards off of a jet sweep. I was astonished watching the game. I was like, Matt Canada, dude, you finally found your guy.
But then we were also kind of like, oh, Matt Canada's back.
Yeah, mutual feelings. Number 3, Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce.
He's most likely going to be the running back too. But when he was on the field, he was basically their offense. Caught the ball, ran the ball. The Cowboys probably would have had 0 first downs without Deuce on the field.
Yep.
But that's just the Cowboys because they suck. Number 4, Jameis Winston. I don't think he looked that bad. Missed only 2 throws out of 13 throws. Not bad. Had a touchdown pass. Yeah, he'll probably be the backup to Derek Carr this year, or will be the backup to Derek Carr this year. But I don't know. Give the guy a chance. Maybe. I'm just saying. I'm just putting this out there. 3rd round pick. Jameis Winston. Go back to the Buccaneers. Maybe. Just putting that out there. You know.
We'll see.
I think he should return.
Yeah.
I
guess.
I would think Mike Evans would much rather have Jameis Winston back than Baker Mayfield. And then my last guy. This might be biased, but Jake Bobo of the Seattle Seahawks could be this team's wide receiver 4 after Dwayne Estridge's rocky career start.
Yep.
Obviously injuries, and now of course he is suspended for a couple of games. So I think this guy, I don't know, man. Throw him in a couple plays, he could possibly be big. I know Tyler Lockett, he's not quite there yet, but he's getting to that age where receivers might start slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. I really
not
like
saying that
this
he is, you know.
Yeah, but
he's getting there. So I think DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Tyler Lockett, and Jake Bobo be a stellar wide receiver core.
This doesn't sound like a real guy.
Sounds like a mascot for like an insurance company or something. All right, Elijah, take it away. Who are some of the guys that impressed you?
I mean, let's be honest. Kenny Pickett. He looked insane his first drive. Touchdown. Only missed 1 pass. I mean,
mind you, the Steelers, dude, I don't understand it. It's like we're allergic to the first drive.
I know, exactly.
It's been like 4 or maybe 3 years straight. We just can't do anything on the first
Exactly.
drive.
That's, yeah.
And Kenny Pickett showed that he can do it, especially George Pickens, too. Dude is a beast, man.
Yeah. But also,
easily, I'm telling you, easily 1,100 yards this year.
Okay.
8 touchdowns, 1,100 yards.
All right. If you say so. But also it's preseason, so it could mean
that's
nothing.
True.
But still, I'm glad that they did score against the preseason backup team. So, yeah, he looked really good. Number 2, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, which I mentioned before. He looked really good, and I hope he'll be a starter sometime. Maybe not even for the Browns, but yeah, I liked him. Number 3 for the Packers, Emmanuel Wilson. He had speed, elusiveness, made some big plays for the Packers, scored twice. Big plays for the Packers on the preseason. Maybe we'll have a 3-headed running back with Aaron Jones and what's the other two?
AJ Dillon.
AJ Dillon. And
I know your team. Honestly, though, I would not be surprised if either of those guys are out within 2 years.
Yeah. They honestly, yeah. I like to see a young guy coming in and maybe make
the lead.
Yeah, exactly. Number 4, Puka Nacua. He seemed like a nice target for Stetson Bennett. They said maybe the next Robert Woods. I don't know, but I thought he looked pretty nice. He got a touchdown pass. Yeah, so maybe a future starter for the Rams. And then 5, Nick Herbig. Look out, NFL. If you thought 1 TJ Watt was tough to handle.
Oh my gosh, dude. He was on fire, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, put him in the game. Then I'm like, no, we want Highsmith. But I'm like, put him in the game, dude. Oh, dude.
He looks good.
He looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Really impressed. I'm very
Yes.
happy we got him. Whenever I saw we picked him, I was like, great. Of course, Steelers just drafted another brother.
Yeah.
Whatever. No big deal. No. Dude's going to be a beast one day.
Yeah.
For sure. Moving right along, session 3. Who needs to worry? I know we're only a week into the preseason, but for real, who needs to worry?
Yeah. I mean,
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. Yeah.
Elijah, what are your thoughts? Just rat them out.
Right now, like, I don't think they have any good quarterbacks.
No, not at all.
I mean, Baker wasn't too bad first preseason, but
it's
also Baker Mayfield. Yeah, exactly.
He's just Baker Mayfield,
Yeah. So yeah, you need some help. Buccaneers, you should start worrying about now. Bring back Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying.
No, heck no, heck no, heck no. Stay in retirement, please. Yeah, I did think. Yeah, Trash just looked very inexperienced.
Yeah.
John Wolford looked like hot garbage.
Yes.
But he's probably better than the other two, anyways. This next one, the Dallas Cowboys. You are one-dimensional, people. You don't have Ezekiel Elliott anymore. Realize that. There's no more Amari Cooper, Dak Prescott, and Ezekiel Elliott. That's been gone. It's not 2016 to 2018 anymore.
Yes.
So figure your offense out now before Elijah gets a ring before you get your next one. Gosh.
What was that supposed to mean?
I'm saying if they don't win another Super Bowl by the time you're married, we'll be in like 50 years. So they got some time.
Wow. Thanks, buddy.
Dude, I know I was saying like Deuce Vaughn was basically doing everything on offense. But man, you know what? I know why they were doing so bad. They had Will Greer at all.
Shut up. He's the best. He's like behind Geno Smith. He's the second best quarterback in the league.
From West Virginia. You kidding me, dude? That's
crazy. Oh yeah, I left that part.
But Geno Smith is the best in the league. No doubt about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Elijah, any other teams you think that they need to start worrying now?
The Houston Texans. Because I didn't think CJ Stroud did good. I think you need to make sure you know what's best option at quarterback. Is it draft neck Davis Mills? Is it CJ Stroud? Maybe you need to bring in somebody else like Tom Brady. Bring him out of retirement.
Bring Cutler back.
I would say you should sign Derek Watt and put him at quarterback.
Shut up.
He's a pretty good.
It wasn't Jay Cutler. Who was it? Something Savage. Tom Savage.
Tom Savage.
Yeah.
Tom Savage. Yes. From Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Panthers offensive line.
Oh
they do not look great at all.
Yes.
They need to worry. Please.
Yes. If you want to keep your guy healthy, you need to
especially a guy like him. Yes, he is small.
He's tiny.
He will get crushed.
Yes.
Imagine
Aaron Donald,
Calais Campbell, Chris Jones running at them. Oh my gosh, bro! I'd be scared for my life.
Yeah. Yep. Also, I think the AFC North needs to worry because
the entire division needs to worry.
Because Kenny Pickett.
Oh,
look out! Bro.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I'm very happy with the progress he's made.
Yes.
He kind of beefed up too. He looked big.
Yeah.
You know who else looks huge? Derek Carr. Holy crap!
Yeah, he does.
Huge. Now, is that going to mean anything with his throwing? Probably not. No. But who knows? We'll see. Last but not least, it's the Steel Curtain Show here on the Huddle. We talked about a title earlier. It's called Ball Out or Bench. We're going to talk about a couple guys that are going to ball out this season or they're going to get benched. Let's start it off. Calvin Austin or Allen Robinson, Elijah. Who's going to start maybe that slot receiver position? Well, here's the thing. If Austin doesn't play, I feel like Pickens might be in the slot.
Okay.
Maybe. Or Deontay, either way. Allen Robinson is not a slot guy.
Well, I think wide receiver. I think the nice thing about our receiving core is like you can put anybody in the slot. I think
so.
You can put anybody on the end because Johnson's fast, Pickens is big and physical, Austin's fast as we've seen, and I think we're good. Like we can switch anybody into that, and I like our receiving core right now. Allen Robinson, I don't think he's going to last too long. I think he's probably going to get injured, which I hate to say that about anybody.
Surprised, no.
But I mean, with his record, I have a feeling he may not play all 17 games.
I feel like he's just going to be maybe like a 400 to 600 yard season, which isn't bad.
Yeah, for sure. He's
But-
definitely like a reliable guy. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
for
when
sure.
he's injured, you know what
But
I
when you
mean?
think Kenny Pickett, you know he's passing the ball to Pickens, and you know
Yeah.
he's passing it to his buddy Move.
Yeah, and
And
even
now with people
Deontay.
like Darnell Washington,
Yeah,
obviously Deontay.
you have so many
who-
weapons on this team that like even like Connor Hayward, like they're gonna
Right.
put him in, and when they bring back Derek Watt, I mean,
But I don't feel like it's overcrowded. I feel like it's a comfortable. We have weapons, and
Yeah.
that's what we need for this team.
exactly.
So, comment below if you're listening on YouTube, or we'll add a poll on the Spotify if you're listening on there. Who do you think is going to start, Calvin Austin or Allen Robinson?
Yeah,
I'm very
I'm-
curious to see what happens there. I feel like it's going to be Robinson, though.
well, Robinson will probably start, yes, but will he remain the starter throughout the year?
Maybe. I feel like as the year goes along, Austin will get more reps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on. This really isn't necessarily a starting spot, but it's our quarterback 2 spot. Mason Rudolph or Mitch Trubisky?
Here's the thing. I've always liked Mason Rudolph, and I thought he was a great backup to Big Ben. I thought they had a lot of similar traits to them. But I think Mason Rudolph doesn't really fit into our offense as much now. I think Mitch Trubisky is a great backup to Kenny Pickett, as much as I don't like Mitch Trubisky. But they have a lot of similarities, and I'm glad that we did sign him to a bigger contract and an extension. But Mitch Trubisky didn't look too great in the preseason, and Mitch Trubisky didn't look great last year in the
He was
regular
just making
season.
throws.
Yeah,
It
and
was just like it.
any
I feel
throw.
like I feel like he thinks he looks cool while he's doing it. He's like, "Oh, dude, watch this bomb." Throws out of bounds by 20 yards. You know.
Yeah,
I think. I think he has to realize you're probably not starting again, dude.
yeah,
I still feel like he thinks he's that 5th overall pick, from 2017, and you're not anymore.
and
Yeah.
what we saw last year is he could not throw in the middle of the field, or else it would be picked. Like,
Right. It was a
And-
lot of outside
yeah,
routes, and I don't think that's bad.
yeah,
But we have receivers that can work the middle of the field. Deontay
exactly.
Johnson, I think, is one of the most not only underrated wide receivers in Steelers history, but in the league as well.
Yeah.
I think he's an insane route runner, and obviously his speed is a huge utility for him as well. So yeah, I think Trubisky, I think he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't necessarily help our offense.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we just signed him to an extension, so I
Right.
assume that he's probably going to remain the backup.
Yeah.
But if Mason plays a good preseason, you never know. And maybe even Tanner Morgan. No, I'm kidding. He won't. He won't play. But
Bring back Josh Dobbs. He was the best when we had like 5
Oh,
quarterbacks.
I
on
love
the
him.
He was
Yeah.
the best. I'm not joking. He was the best backup.
bring back Landry Jones. That's or you can bring Derek Watt and make him into a quarterback.
Okay. Last but least, we have to put you on like Derek Watt withdrawal. Like a big man. That sounds so weird. Last but not least, Broderick Jones or Dan Moore. This is probably one of the biggest, I guess, ball out or bench ones of this year. This really depends on how well we're going to run the ball this year and how well Kenny Pickett will. I mean, this is huge because it's Kenny Pickett's blindside, and we want to keep our quarterback healthy. So, Broderick Jones or Kendrick Green.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dan Moore. Dan Moore.
Dan Moore, yeah. Dan Moore is very inconsistent.
Very.
But when he's playing like Myles Garrett, he can shut him down, which is
I know.
crazy.
It's like he plays these divisional guys, and it's like, oh my gosh, this guy's a beast. And then
Yeah,
it's like no namers.
yeah. He just lets him walk right by.
I'm like, yeah, like if you like play the Packers or something, like a bad team in the league, and
Hey,
it's like, oh my gosh, this Luke Finesse just blew past our guy. Meanwhile, right, Trey Hendrickson or Matt Judon, people like that, Myles
Yeah.
Garrett, he's shutting them down, and then it's just like, dude, what are you doing?
yeah,
Like, there's got to be a better option, and I think Broderick Jones will probably end up starting though. Like, why would we trade up for a guy?
yeah.
that we
That's the
don't
other
think's
thing,
ready?
exactly. But yeah, Broderick Jones looks good. He looks really strong and powerful. But also, I think it's kind of interesting that he hasn't won the starting position yet.
Right. I think they're
Because
just working right now.
yeah, but I don't know. I really don't know who's going to be the starter at the start of the year, but I'm going to probably say Dan Moore right now.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, in this offseason, he hasn't showed anything that makes him a backup. In the season, I'm
But he
sure.
hasn't shown anything that makes him like an immediate starter, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But and I'm sure in the season we'll see reasons why
Right.
we want to start Broderick Jones.
I mean, we
but-
have like one of the best coaches in the league. So I
Yeah.
think Tom will make a smart decision.
For
But I
sure.
was watching Broderick Jones, dude. He's tall. He's very tall, dude.
Yeah, he's
I
big.
would not want to go up against him, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a unit.
Speaking of unit, let's do one more actually. Kendrick Green or Connor Hayward for fullback.
Gosh, Elijah, make it
or-
through the session without saying Derek Watt.
I was just gonna say, what about Derek Watt?
No. Oh my gosh.
But seriously, let's talk about Kendrick Green being moved to fullback real quick.
I think it'll be easy for defenses to predict, but when we're doing more play actions, or if we're doing more of a tight end like jumbo set, Connor Hayward will be in the game.
And I don't even know if Kendrick Green will remain a fullback because you saw how he was getting destroyed on the line at center. So, but I think your best solution, the best solution for the Steelers is to bring back Derek Watt.
Bring back Roosevelt next, dude.
No, he was not good.
He lost us that Saints game. Actually, he lost us that Saints game.
Yeah.
But he was part of it. Just get the first down. Gosh. I'm actually going to throw out one more.
Okay.
We might as well just do the entire roster at this point.
Sure, yeah, why not?
But Darnell Washington or Zach Gentry?
Oh, that's a good one. I think Darnell.
Okay, let's be honest, Elijah. If grilling and chilling wasn't a thing, tell me who you would rather have start.
Okay, fair
if you
enough.
didn't know anything about how funny of a person Zach Gentry is in actual real life,
Fair enough.
Unbiased, who do you think's gonna start?
But
or
even
play more. Obviously, Muth the starter, but
okay, yeah. Even still, I think Gentry is a good blocking tight end and even really catching. When Muth is hurt, I think he steps up a lot.
Yeah, no, I think Gentry's great.
And I mean, obviously, we drafted this guy. We drafted Darnell Washington pretty high, and he is a huge dude, and he can block T.J. Watt, which is not easy to do. So I think we're definitely going to be playing Darnell Washington as much as possible.
Right.
But I think
that's
he's
the one
going
thing he has to get better on, though, is blocking.
Yeah, and I think it's really just going to depend on what situation we're in. Maybe I would say if we're planning on, if we want like a tight end, really going deep, getting a catch, I would put Gentry in. I think he's just a better receiver. I think Darnell Washington is just a powerful dude, and once he gets the ball, he makes plays.
I was gonna say like it's a 1st and 10, of course, or a 2nd and 8. Throw Gentry in there, put him on a drag route or something, or a hitch.
Yeah.
I was saying if it's like a 3rd and 6, I'm throwing Darnell Washington.
Yeah. Okay.
He's just such a huge guy.
Yeah.
He's hard to cover, but when people want to cover him, then it leaves somebody else open.
Yeah. And even just talking about this, like we mentioned it before, how many targets does the Steelers have? Like we were saying, Zach Gentry is like a fine target to have. We have Muth, Washington, Johnson, Robinson, Pickens, Austin, Hayward. What else? We got Najee Harris. We have Jalen Warren. Look how many guys we can target on this team. Like I think it's so crazy.
The Cowboys who just can't get a freaking receiver.
If I'm just telling you, if we don't win at least 10 games this year, we need to fire somebody.
10 games.
Yeah, well, it's the Steelers. We like to make things interesting, so
of course,
But I'm just telling you, Kenny Pickett's got it easy this year, I think, because all the targets that we have, he should be pretty good.
I wouldn't say he has it easy.
Okay, yeah,
I think he's
got help. Yeah,
and I think this year will be the most vital year for his career.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie, who cares about the rookie year? Who cares?
Yeah,
he's a rookie.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're bashing every single week 1 preseason play. But year 2, and so I've heard people say, Dude, it's a make or break year for Kenny Pickett. No, it's not.
It's not.
Stop.
Look at Geno Smith. Well, how
He
many
played
years?
like
10 years in the
10
league.
years in the league. Never won a playoff game in his life. Went to the
Yeah.
Seahawks and Super Bowl.
Well,
Oh, wait.
no.
Did I just leak the NFL scripts?
Oh, I think you did. Yeah. Well,
All of us podcasters, we get sent a script, so we, can pre-plan for how our podcast was supposed to go.
exactly. Yeah.
You know,
We're one of those big time podcasts. We
of course, we get
NFL insiders.
over 1.6 thousand views a week, and over 10,000 comments.
We're
We're
really
really
big.
popular.
Yeah, right. At
We're
this.
actually bigger than Good Morning Football right now.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Go Steelers! I
Yes.
cannot wait for the season.
Yep.
And of course, comment below who you think will be the starter, or I guess the better player up farther in the depth chart. Calvin Austin or Allen Robinson, Mason Rudolph or Mitch Trubisky, Roderick Jones or Dan Moore Jr., Kendrick Green or Connor Hayward for whatever
Derek Watt?
reason. No.
You can put Watt.
No. Or Darnell Washington and Zach Gentry.
Or Derek Watt. He can play tight end.
Elijah. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to yet another episode of The Huddle. You don't understand how excited we are. I think we are 3 or 4 weeks out from the season.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's 4 and 5. So they're going to be a long 4 and 5. But just listen to The Huddle because we'll make it better.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Wow. You're really energetic to be Elijah.
Yeah.